Hi everyone, I'm Jay from IELTS Daily. I'm a teacher here, and today we're going to be answering a few questions from the IELTS speaking exam. So let's get this party started, shall we? Welcome back. So we're going to be looking at a new topic today, and once again I'm here with Chris. How you doing, Chris?
Hey Jay, how's things?
Good, I'm all right.
We've got a new question for you today, and I'm going to send it through to your iPad. But before we start, do you have any tips for how students can speak fluently if they don't have any ideas on the topic?
That's a good question, Chris. I find that that's probably my students' most common question. Jay, what do I do when I don't have any specific examples based on the question that I'm being asked? And the only thing I can say is if you're having trouble thinking of something, maybe give an example of a friend of yours that if they've experienced it. Or if you're really creative and quick on your feet, you can also just make something up. But the key is to just kind of try to keep speaking. Try to think of fluency as like a river. When a river never stops, right? So when you're speaking, you don't want to be stopping too much as well. You don't want to be having these long hesitations where there's silence. So, think of yourself as a river. Try to use examples from your friends or people that you may know, or if you're just good at making things up on the fly, then you can do that as well.
Amazing. Good language there, on the fly.
Yes.
That means on the spot.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to send the question over to your iPad now, and we will see that on the screen. The question is, describe something that you borrowed from someone which was very useful. You should say what it was, who you borrowed it from, how long you kept it, and explain why it was useful. So in the test you get 1 minute to prepare your answer. If you want to talk about your thoughts and your ideas, the students would love to hear that. Off you go.
Okay. I think I'm going to talk about the time that I borrowed a Ford Mustang. So a Ford Mustang is a car. It's a very fast car, very powerful, quite sporty looking and fancy. I borrowed it from one of my friends at work, and I borrowed it for just one day. I had it one day because I wanted to drive it along the coast. Driving along the coast in a fancy, cool-looking Ford Mustang was something that I always wanted to do. It's a very fast car. It hugs the road. So, yeah, I think that's why I wanted to take that car out that day. And it was really nice. It was a good experience.
You've got about 10 seconds left. You seem about ready. Your 1 minute is up. Now, in the test, you're going to speak for over 1 minute. I'll tell you if you need to speak any more, and I'll stop you. Don't worry if I stop you. Jay, your time starts now.
So the item that I borrowed was a Ford Mustang, and for those of you who may not know what a Ford Mustang is, it's an automobile. It's a very fast automobile. I guess it could be considered a sports car because it has a very large, powerful 5-liter engine. Usually it's packing 8 cylinders. Very sleek, very fast, low to the ground. Anyway, I borrowed this car from one of my workmates, and the reason I borrowed it because I wanted to take it for a drive along the coast where the roads are real twisty and curvy and lots of hairpin turns. And taking a sports car out along this road is really fun because you get to really see what the car is made of, and you can feel it hugging the road because it's so low. It's got a wide stance. It's very responsive when you're driving. You feel like you're almost on the road yourself. And I borrowed it just for one day when I went out on this trip, and it was just so amazing to drive this car. It's a bit expensive, so I don't know if I'll ever have one myself, but just taking it out that day was an experience that I won't forget, and I think it'll always be in my memory. Yeah.
Super. You spoke for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Let's talk about some of the great language that you used in your test. So I liked at the very beginning, you said, for those of you who may not know what a car is, and this is great language where that you're trying to explain something. For those of you who may not know what I mean, for those of you who may not know the city where I live, great. You described the car, okay, which was great, which is what we want to hear in the test. Talk as much as possible. You talked about the 8 cylinders and you used some language which was really high. Okay, you said it was very sleek. Oh, could you explain that to the students?
It just, I guess if it's very aerodynamic looking. So if you're looking at it from the side, it's very low. It's not boxy. It's got very soft, smooth edges to it. I also said it was packing.
You did.
I used the word packing.
And you said it was hugging the road. Very high level language. I think that would be a real achievement if students could use that type of language in the test. You talked about the reason you borrowed it from a friend, and you talked about the roads being twisty and curvy. Great. You said you get to see what the car is made of. I got to see what the car was made of. Great. You said the car was responsive.
Yes, very.
It responded to your driving, right?
Yep.
And you said, I don't know if I'll ever have one. That's a conditional sentence. Grammatically, it's a conditional sentence. Really, really good, high-level language. I was super impressed. I think you'd score a 9 in the test for that, Jay. Well done.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Talk about, do you have a car now?
Yes, I do.
Great. And tell me about your car now and what you use it for. This might be in part 3 of the test.
Yeah.
Why do people use cars?
Oh, well, people use cars for a wide variety of reasons. First of all, the car that I have it's called a Honda HR-V, so it's a small sport utility vehicle. I use my car to go to work sometimes. I usually take public transport to try to lower my carbon footprint, but sometimes I'll take the car to work if I'm running late or if I have an appointment after work that I need to get to. I also use the car to run errands around town. So if I need to go get groceries or go to the shops, I also use the car to go to baseball practice because I play baseball. I mean, people use cars for a variety of reasons. They're quite useful, and the one that I have I've had it since 2015. It's a really good car, so I'm really happy with it.
Super. I really enjoyed that. That's all from me. Thanks, Jay.
So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time, all right, on IELTS Daily. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.
It just tootled out.